There goes your headline.
Probably she's right. I remember excuse me, guys. Obviously, getting to this point of the season, 8-2 is really good for us. We've crammed a lot of games into this first part of the season, and playing ranked teams, RPI is a 7. So we've scheduled right, and that's what's most important. You know, you want to make sure that you schedule the games, and you want to win them. And we lost 2 ranked games, but obviously it's working out good for us. Our RPI is a 7, 8-2, ranked top 15 in the country in both polls. So I'm just really pleased with where our players are right now. We're in a good place, and we need to be healthy. And you know, we'll get Cotty back soon. And she's doing better. She was at the game today, so you guys know she's walking, right? So she's doing good. And you know, just this time for all of us is going to be really good to get some rest. You know, going into finals week, and you know, players need to get away a little bit, and you know, we can go do some recruiting, do the things that we need to do to stay in our program. So just good. I really feel good about the effort and how hard our kids played today.
You guys kind of opened the game, blew the game open in the second quarter after a slow first quarter. What do you think? Why do you think the first quarter was so slow, and what did you say to the team after?
Well, I don't know. I thought we started off the first half of the first quarter really good, but the second half we just kind of slowed down. But yeah, you have to give them a lot of credit that they really did a good job of breaking our pressure, getting on the back end of our press and getting some easy shots. So we just wanted to make sure that we got it matched up in the second quarter. I thought we made a good adjustment, getting it matched up, and definitely second half we were able to figure out what they were in, and we had this stuff covered up pretty good.
It looked like you guys were going to the paint more often than usual. Was that like a point of emphasis going into this game?
No, it's always what we want to do. We want to play the game inside out. We want to throw the ball in the paint and play through our post players. We have very talented post players. Our post players had 28 points and 15 rebounds combined, and that's a really good clip. And you know, we don't look at any position as 3 different players. We look at it as one position, and you can get 28 and 15 out of your post players, out of your 2 5s, out of 2 players. Maya and Maeva, that's a really good night for them.
You guys made 16 threes tonight. Anything coming into the game to emphasize that, or is that just the team being decisive like you wanted them to be this season?
Yeah, like we talked about, remember? You take this out, shots. It wasn't selfish. They shot good shots. They were open, and they didn't pass up good shots. And that's what it's about. You know, we got to really take shots when we have opportunities. And I thought we had some really good opportunities, but to take some really good solid shots, and they did a good job of taking them.
Did you notice anything differently tonight? It seems like Miranda was always finding space on that wing and really trying them up there.
No, it was just about us running down court in transition, really getting down the floor and getting into our offense right away, and that was a big key to our game. We were able to sprint the floor in transition, get the open spots and get shots up.
Coach, it seems like the team tends to open up quarters on big runs. You talked about the start of the first quarter, and then you open up the second quarter on a 14-2 run. Any explanation for that, opening up the quarters? Is there anything said in between the breaks that kind of leads to these offensive breakouts?
No, I think it's kind of just getting refocused. You know, we're able to get to the bench and really talk about our points of emphasis, and that's big for us. Just trying to get refocused. Like you guys know, we're a young team. And some of the situations that we're playing against are things that our players haven't seen. And the one zones that they were running early in the game, they were getting good looks on. It's really hard set to guard. We went over it numerous times in practice, and they hurt us with it last year. They hurt us with it early this year, but then we kind of cleaned it up. So we did a good job. I think that was the reason our second quarter was so big. We were able to get stops, and we were able to get the ball in the basket.
And you've talked about the youth, and in those breaks in between quarters, who's normally the one to speak up, maybe on the team, whether it's you or on the staff or on the team? Who are the people who are stepping up and making the adjustments, and that leads the team to get refocused?
I think it's just a collective thing. You know, we try to go and correct things in between quarters and doing timeouts that we see on the court right away. And obviously our staff, they're excellent at seeing what's going on and what kind of adjustments that we need to make, and they really help me out in that stuff. We go in the huddle and try to clean it up and do the best job we can.
When you look at your front court performance today, Maya and Vigna, I mean, the range of their efforts, their contributions, that must be the way you would draw it up. I mean, you got a little bit of everything from all of them. Is that in your perfect scenario, the way the front court can operate?
Yeah, it's hard to get better than that, you know. And I didn't even add her stuff, you know, add digging stuff into this total. But when you're talking about, you know, you have your players playing like that, and you're getting 45 points from them and 18 rebounds between your post players. That's an amazing game, and they're just doing a good job of being diligent about getting the ball in the basket, especially in the paint. And that's what we got to do if we want to win and win big games.
There was a period or a bucket late where Maya scored. Game was over, it was the fourth, and like 4 players jumped off the bench and started, you know, doing the muscle thing, like really getting into it. I mean, it seems like, yes, you're a great shooting team, but it seems like that inside game really excites people and powers the rest of the game. Is that accurate?
The muscles for Maya?
Yeah, the muscle thing when she lighted the layup there.
They must have been in the weight room with her.
But, I mean,
Yeah,
it seems really fun.
Yeah, you know, they understand. We've been hard on our post players in the paint. We've been telling them we're throwing you the ball, you got to score the ball. And I think it's more about that. We've really emphasized, you know, throwing the ball in the paint. Let's play inside out. But when we throw it to you, you got to turn and put the ball up on the rim so we can go rebound it, and you get our guards better shots. So it's probably more about them, you know, doing what we asked them to do and really executing what we wanted them to do in the paint.
Coach, this is the team's second consecutive game with 5 or more players in double digits. How do you think the team's chemistry has contributed to that?
I think it's big. I think they're genuinely happy for each other when they're being unsuccessful, and it takes a. This is a year, I think, forward in this program that you have to try to get players that are not going to be selfish, because we have a lot of talent on this team, and some nights it's going to be a night, and some nights it's not, and you have to really be happy for your teammates, and that's tough. You know, it's a tough thing to do. I don't know if I could have done that as a player, but they're doing it, and the more they can be happy for each other, and the more we can play together and share the ball, the better off we're going to be.
Only 1 minute for Emily tonight. Any reasoning behind that?
No, not really. We just want her to be able to play harder. You know, run the floor in transition. You know, get up and down the court and get involved in every play, and that's what it's about. And you know, we got a young team, and we got to make sure that everyone is playing hard, running the floor, being aggressive. And you know, the good thing about having a talented team is that you can play the players that are really doing well, and Digna was on fire tonight too. So,
Coach, do you feel like Miranda's confidence grew throughout the game, and how much do you enjoy watching her play with that much confidence?
well, it's Miranda got a lot of good looks at the rim tonight, and that's important. I mean, you wrote an article earlier this week. You thought her back was broken with the article that was that was written. So obviously she's fine. But she's a dynamic. Y'all think that was funny, and y'all wrote the article. I thought it was hilarious. But anyway, she's doing fine, and when she shoots the ball like that, we're gonna be really good.
Coach, a long break until the next game. I think it's 9 days before the next matchup. How do you keep the team focused, especially during finals week?
We're going hard tomorrow. No, I'm joking. we got to get them off their feet. You know, we gotta get some rest. It's been a long beginning of the season, and so we'll take, you know, 4 or 5 days off to get them off their feet, let them study and get through these finals, and just get away, you know. And then we'll get back in the gym and get ready to go for the second half of the season. Obviously, second half of the season with 3 more non-conference games, and we get in to playing in the best conference in the country. So it's a well-deserved rest for our players, because they've really competed at a high level and this far, and they played a tough schedule.
8-2 through the first 10. How pleased are you with the performance of the team as a whole?
I've been really pleased for 8 of the games. The other 2, not too happy. I'd love to be 10-0 right now, but you know, they're playing well, and they really are. I'm really happy with our team. I'm really happy with the progress, and they're doing well. And if they can continue to play this way and continue to throw the ball inside, and you know, we're playing some solid teams, and we're just playing well. And that's what you want to do. You want to play good every night, play with energy, play a lot of effort, have great attitudes on the court and on the bench, and that's what we're trying to get. If we can keep improving that, we're gonna be pretty good.
Last question.
You mentioned Digna was hot tonight. What have you seen from her in the last 2 games specifically? Kind of allowed her to really put up some points.
She's being aggressive on the offensive end. Is that she's taking her shots. She's not passing many shots, and we need her to do that. Digna can shoot the ball, and Digna is very versatile. She's an inside-out player, and anytime we get her playing with that kind of balance, we're gonna definitely benefit from that, because you have to really pay attention to her popping out on the perimeter and also diving to the rim. So she's done a good job of just being aggressive on the offensive end. All right, guys.
Thanks, Coach.